INFJs are known for their complex emotions and deep inner worlds. But how do you know when one is emotionally attached to you? In today's video, we'll explore the 5 signs an INFJ is emotionally attached to you. Stick around to find out if that quiet, intuitive person in your life might be holding you closer than you think. 1. They share their inner thoughts with you. INFJs are extremely introspective and tend to live in their minds, constantly analyzing their emotions, thoughts, and the world around them. They rarely share their true inner thoughts with others, preferring to keep their private world to themselves. But when an INFJ is emotionally attached, you'll notice a significant shift. They'll start to open up about their inner thoughts, dreams, and insecurities. This is huge for them because INFJs don't share this level of depth with just anyone. They'll confide in you about their hopes, fears, and even their deeper existential questions. This level of vulnerability is their way of showing you that you've earned their trust and that you hold a special place in their life. 2. They prioritize your emotional well-being. INFJs are natural caregivers. They have a strong desire to help others and make sure those they care about are emotionally okay. But when they are emotionally attached to someone, this instinct goes into overdrive. If an INFJ is emotionally attached to you, they'll start prioritizing your emotional well-being, even at the expense of their own needs. You'll find that they're always there to offer support, whether it's listening to you vent, offering advice, or just being a shoulder to cry on. They'll notice subtle changes in your mood and won't hesitate to ask if everything's okay. Their empathy allows them to tune into your emotional state, and they'll go out of their way to make sure you feel understood and cared for. In some cases, they may even become protective, making sure that you aren't being hurt or mistreated by others. 3. They show their vulnerable side. INFJs are often seen as composed and self-sufficient. They tend to handle their emotions internally, and because of their natural empathy, they're more focused on the emotions of others rather than their own. However, when they're emotionally attached, this changes. They'll begin to show their vulnerable side. This can manifest in many ways, sharing a painful experience from their past, admitting their insecurities, or expressing fears they usually keep hidden. This level of vulnerability doesn't come easily for an INFJ, and it's a sign that they trust you deeply. They're showing you a side of themselves that they rarely reveal to anyone else, and that's because they feel safe with you. When an INFJ opens up in this way, it's not just about emotional attachment, it's a sign of true emotional investment. 4. They remember the little things about you. INFJs have incredible memories when it comes to people they care about. Because they are so in tune with their surroundings and the emotions of others, they tend to pick up on and remember the small details. If an INFJ is emotionally attached to you, they'll show it by remembering the little things about you. It could be something small, like your favorite coffee order, a particular event you mentioned in passing, or even a quirky habit you have. These details may seem insignificant to most people, but for an INFJ, they hold great meaning. Remembering these things is their way of showing that they're paying attention, that they care about what's important to you, and that they value the connection. They might surprise you with a gift that's perfectly tailored to your personality, or they'll bring up something you mentioned months ago in conversation. 5. They become protective of your bond. INFJs are highly protective of the relationships they value. They don't form deep connections easily, so when they do, they'll go out of their way to protect and nurture the bond. This can show up in subtle ways. You might notice that they'll defend you in conversations or stand up for you in social situations. They'll also take extra steps to maintain the relationship, whether it's making time to check in, sending a thoughtful message, or creating meaningful experiences together. INFJs hate conflict, but when it comes to someone they're emotionally attached to, they won't hesitate to protect that person. They won't tolerate anyone mistreating you or taking advantage of you, and they'll do what they can to make sure the bond between you remains strong and genuine.